Hello, this is Twisty Customs, and today I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of the Mantis marksman training system and its application in Airsoft. When you buy the Mantis, you get a small little sensor that is designed to go on your gun. If you have a Picatinny rail, then you're in luck. If you've got a Weaver rail, you're out of luck. But fortunately, you can buy universal Picatinny rails. This is just a small segment of rail that is double-sided, sticky taped onto the mag base of my magazine. I have a similar arrangement here for 1911 magazines as well. With the Picatinny rail, you just take the sensor and slide it on. There is a locking mechanism which helps it to stay on. There we go. That's solid and that's ready to go into the gun, except I've just got it backwards. So because I've set up my app for the forwards orientation, I just need to turn that around. There we go. Now we are ready to go. So we will connect on the app and connect on the sensor, and they will find each other. And we are ready to train. Let's jump straight in with a little example of what the open training gives us. And I'm going to set it down on a flat surface to calibrate. There we go. So for this session, I'm going to be using gas. Now there isn't a green gas option, but there is a CO2 option. And from there, we can load, make ready, and start the training. Now, I really should take some very bad shots to indicate there you go. And as I take those shots, you can see these red pie segments that give us an idea of how well or how badly I'm doing. There's a very big pie segment to the right, and if I click on that, it will tell me that I'm not using enough trigger finger. And this of course is set up for me as a left-handed shooter. If I go back to the training, I swipe over and I can see in a dotted line what my average is, and then a score for each shot. And at the bottom, the blue represents the amount of time that I was holding on target, and the yellow indicates the amount of trigger press movement. So if I go and zoom in on one of those shots, this is shot number 5, I held for a very brief period. In the 1/8 of a second before I pulled the trigger, I started pulling the trigger exactly on target, but I was slightly off by the time the trigger broke. And then we can see what the recoil is doing. Now, if you're a real steel shooter, that's probably confusing, but the point with airsoft pistol is there's very little recoil to send the muzzle high. What you do get though is the returning side slamming forward, and that does give a tendency to dip the muzzle low at the end of a shot. And we can go through, sorry, didn't mean to show that just yet. We can go through and we can see what happened on each of those shots that I took. And generally speaking, you'll see that I do break down. There you go, that shot was incredibly high scoring, 99. Very difficult to achieve with real steel, and I'm not that good a marksman. But you can see that during my trigger pull, that 1/8 of a second before the trigger broke, was very, very close to on target. The break was exactly on target, and then the gun recoiled downwards. As I say, that's slightly unusual and probably quite unique to airsoft, although the coaching hints will tell me that I push forwards when I aim. So I'm going to stop that there and demonstrate something else, because one of the things that is good about the I'm going to click onto live fire, because we're going to do some holster draw analysis, and we'll see how that works. Now, I'm not actually wearing a holster at the moment, so I'm just going to hold it by my side and we'll see what happens when it thinks it's holstered.
Stand by.
And we holster the firearm.
Stand by. Stand by.
That one didn't seem to read. That one did read.
Stand by.
And there you go, you get the idea. It is a little bit fussy occasionally with airsoft pistols, but this is a great training aid. Look, it shows me how long it takes me to actually get my hand on the gun in the holster, how quickly that is, how quickly it takes me to pull, which was 0 because I'm holding it by my side, and then how fast I get to horizontal. Then it shows me how long it takes me to get on target in yellow, and the red at the top is how long it takes me to take the shot, to give me a total at the top there. So this is a great training aid if you're a competitive shooter and you want to improve your holster draws. Another feature for the X10 is the recoil meter, and this is only available in live fire mode. And we'll see what we get. We'll just take a few shots. Yeah, and it's struggling. There we go, I have to take the next successive shot to get the... and you get an idea of what the recoil meter is showing us. And you can see literally the shape of the recoil for each of those shots that happened, and indeed how long each of them took. And very cleverly on the right hand side it shows me how long it took me to recover for the next shot, how much muzzle rise there was, the amount of recoil width and the recoil angle. And of course it's airsoft, there isn't a lot of recoil, especially in a heavily compensated weapon like the Unicorn here. So these readings are not particularly high, which is good news, because the lower they are, the more on target you are in competition. There are plenty of Mantis X videos out there showing a lot more information than I'm going to show in this video. I just wanted to demonstrate the use of the Mantis X with an airsoft pistol. You have all of the great features like history, so I can go back and see how I was doing previously, and with each session I'm able to enter the gun that I was using and various settings. And of course the Mantis X does offer various drills that gives you an opportunity to try different things. There's a basic marksmanship course and an advanced marksmanship course. I'm not there yet. I've got to take another 30 shots a day for 4 days in a row as part of my basic marksmanship to progress to the next level. Anyway, that's the Mantis X from Twisty Customs. I hope you enjoyed the quick demonstration. This is Twisty signing off.